Welcome back. Now, February is the month of love, and Ladies of Love, an NPO which aims to provide meals to people living in abject poverty across the Cape Peninsula and Gauteng, is running a campaign called Love Food. This campaign that kicked off this month and will continue until the end of March aims to alleviate hunger in small children during early childhood development. Joining us now via Zoom to tell us more is Danny Diliberto, the founder and director of Ladies of Love. Danny, a very good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Now, give us an overview of Ladies of Love Food Love campaign.
Well, yeah, so at every time of the year, this time of the year, we launch a campaign to bring awareness about our hunger in our little kiddies. Last year, we raised a campaign to raise money for feeding the little kiddies, plus a bear, to give them a bear as well. This year, we decided we're going to do the same, except instead of a bear, we're going to give them a ball. So it gives them the opportunity to stimulate their minds. And then also, of course, we want to bring to the forefront the problem with malnutrition in our little kiddies. And so we're encouraging people to donate to our Love Food campaign so that we can provide our little kiddies 2 meals a day, 2 nutritious meals a day.
And you also came up with this program called Nourish Our Children. Tell us more about that.
So Nourish Our Children, it actually started about 2 years ago. It started because I was called by a principal. This was during COVID of a school here in Cape Town, and he was really desperate because he had about 50 children in his school that had access to zero food, literally. And he was saying how the kids were fainting and they weren't coming to school. And I went there and I immediately got some food to the school. I sent porridge to the school, etc. And I got a feeding program going in that school for those 50 children. And about 3 weeks later, I got an email from the principal telling me what a difference it has made to those children's lives. And that's when I realized that I need to bring this to the forefront, as I said earlier. And so Nourish Our Children. Nourish Our Children is about linking corporates to early childhood development centers and saying to the corporates, listen, we can throw education at it, but if we don't throw a food plan at the same time, we're wasting our time. So that's what Nourish Our Children is about.
So who's going to benefit from this campaign? I mean, who are you targeting? Are you targeting homeless children or, the deeply impoverished children who attend school?
It's deeply impoverished children, but these are early childhood development centers. So we're looking at children anywhere between the ages of 2 and 6. These are the preschool, like little creche out in the communities, in our townships. All these little mama warriors, as we call them, that open up these informal ECDs. And this is the only place that these children often get fed. Their parents don't have money for food. So our goal is to provide these mama warriors and these ECDs with nutritious food to feed their children within their ECDs.
And Danny, why is this project so important to Ladles of Love?
Because I think if there's any hope for change in our country and a future in our country, we need all of us, government, private sector, civil society, everyone. We need to come together and invest in our children and to give them an opportunity to grow up with hope, with dignity, with education, with nutrition in their body, because that's the challenge. So many kids are malnourished that they don't grow up properly, or they grow up with disease, or they have stunted growth and there's no opportunity for them. So by coming together as a nation, taking care of our little kiddies, I think is the only hope we have for a better South Africa.
Yeah, this is quite a noble initiative. I mean, well done for having come up with such a beautiful concept. So
Thank you.
How are you ensuring that this project is sustainable to ensure longevity?
Well, we're just out there creating awareness. You giving us the opportunity to speak on your show creates so much awareness, and it's just going to be our drive. We're just going to constantly be out there talking to corporates, I want to get into government and get funding so that we can filter food into these ECDs that don't have access to government funding because they're so informal, and just keep driving that and keep spreading the message that together, only together, can we really have any hope of a better South Africa. So we're just out there creating awareness and ensuring that these children, and the more people we connect, the more ECDs we're going to connect. So it's my passion, it's my drive, and I just hope that I will, and I put it out there that I will be able to do it.
Yeah. And what's the level of engagement between yourselves and the government in terms of ensuring that there's buy-in from the government in terms of supporting this project and ensuring that more ECDs are catered for?
We on ground level right now. It's about finding the right person in the right department. It's speaking to the right person, and then just working with them, I just believe you got to keep putting one foot in front of the other. And,
yes.
Chip away. Yes. To build a wall to build a wall, you can build it one brick at a time. And that's what I'm doing, one brick at a time, trying to find who the right person is, not waiting for government, but trying to get in there, because if we do, it's just extra help.
Yes, indeed.
We got a lot of funding from provincial government during COVID with food relief, and that was extra help. That allowed us to get extra food out into the community. I want to use the same, getting in with the education departments, and hopefully we can walk a journey together.
And which areas are you targeting?
Right now, we are all over the Cape Peninsula, from Wellington to Noordhoek, and we also in Gauteng. We've got 20 beneficiaries there, from Krugersdorp to Alex and Sandton. In between there, we are targeting ECDs there. Okay.
And how does the public support the Love Food campaign?
Go on to ladlesoflove.org.za. A pop-up window will appear. If you click on that pop-up window, it will take you to our online store, where there are buttons where you can choose how much you want to sponsor. 250 Rand sponsors a child 2 meals a day for a month, or 3,000 Rand sponsors a child 2 meals a day for a year. And I mean, if you think about that cost, it's absolutely ridiculous how cheap it is. So, or sign up a debit order and sponsor a child every month. Just sign up a debit order for 250 Rand, and we'll just make sure we keep feeding the children. It's as simple as that.
Danny, strength to you and your team, and keep on keeping on. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, thank you. That was founder and director of Ladles of Love, Danny Diliberto, and we've been chatting to him about their Food Love campaign.